Hey guys, welcome back to L Earth Angel 50, here to give you guys another message. So I'm going to try to make this one as quick as possible, even though I do have a pretty decent stack here for the message. Hope everybody is doing amazing. Okay, if you were able to get out and kind of honor those the other day for Memorial Day, that's wonderful. And just remembering any passed over loved ones. Okay, I did have a few things that came up again for me, and I wanted to clarify something in regards to something that I think was the last message that something came up about somebody having or people wanting to have people agree to some sort of polyamorous relationships. Now, I just want y'all to know that they are illegal, but I'll get off into that because I wanted to look up just to be clear, to clear that up, because it just kept coming back up in my spirit. So I don't know if that's something that someone likes to practice. But Spirit wanted me to, I guess, just be more clear. Okay, because it is against the law. But I'll explain further. So give me a moment, guys. All right, let's do the prayer for protection. I'm sorry, I was just putting my rings on. The light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and hopefully with all of you, whatever your belief system is, everybody's welcome here. I'm definitely not trying to force anything down anybody's, just not trying to force anything. I should just say that. Not trying to force any of my beliefs onto anyone. You know, you guys can tune into whatever you wish. It is completely up to you. Nobody is forcing anyone to do anything or believe any, thing that they don't believe. Okay? I am just simply delivering you guys the messages. Okay? I do messages and predictions here. I do not do traditional tarot. This is more oracle readings, messages, and predictions, just so that I'm clear on that. And I do pick up on past, present, or future energy. Okay? I do also believe that people have the right to have their varying belief systems. It may not be something that you necessarily agree with, but I don't go out of my way to knock anybody. You know, you believe what you believe, you are who you are. Okay? And I believe wholeheartedly people should be able to live freely and believe and be who they are. Be yourself unapologetically. Okay? Okay, so let's cleanse the space out. Hopefully that's not clogged. All right. And I have another message from the Great Is Thy Faithfulness book here. I'll read that as well before we get off into this message. And I had two spirit animals, and I realized they're not in my deck. I keep seeing the little robins. And I know it's springtime, they be out here. They be out here kicking it, but it's just something that I'm so drawn to, or they're drawn to me. Like, one will just come and sit in my yard. It's typically just one. I don't tend to see them in pairs when they come to visit me, and I take that as if it is a messenger. Also, the other one, when I was sitting out having my coffee, enjoying my coffee outside today, and I'm gonna enjoy some more in here with you guys. I'll have some water and some coffee here. Sometimes in the morning I won't eat anything, or if I do, I'll just have some fruit, or I'll just do like beverages. Sometimes I'll do a smoothie. I'll do some coffee. Don't you love when you make the perfect cup? Cause something, y'all, my little instant coffee maker, my little Keurig machine conked out on me a while back. And I had more than one actually, and I gave the other one to someone else. So I had to go back to my little instant coffee. But oh my gosh, when you make the perfect cup, oh, it just gives me life. Okay. But this is what I have. Look, I know y'all like, just get on with it, lady. All right. So I have here this one that I was drawn to. And this one is called, let me make sure I have the right one. Because I was reading a few of them. Okay, I think it's this one here. Celebrating disappointment. And this one is Psalms 30. You have turned from me my mourning into dancing. Psalms chapter 30, verse 11. After receiving his second Academy Award, Denzel Washington said to his family, I told you if I lost tonight, I'd come home and we'd celebrate. And if I won tonight, I'd come home and we'd celebrate. Denzel, a Christian, was trusting God, whether in this blessing or in disappointment. A Christian couple I know were inspired to follow Denzel's example. The woman was applying for a dream job that had just opened up where she worked. The interview went well, but she knew she might not get the position. Her husband suggested, let's make a reservation at our favorite restaurant this Friday to celebrate no matter what the outcome. Soon the news came that someone else was offered the job. But that Friday, the disappointed couple still celebrated. While eating a delicious meal, they were able to count their blessings and renew their faith in God, who holds tomorrow's opportunities in his hand. When the psalmist counted his blessings, he was lifted out of his despair and praised God, saying, You have turned for me my mourning into dancing. Are you facing a situation in which you were disappointed? You could be disappointed? Why not plan a celebration to count your blessings no matter what the outcome? And I talk about this all the time. Okay? It's just you always should be thankful. Always feel thankful and always feel blessed. Okay? Thank God for in your disappointment, celebrating his grace and love. Know that he will never leave you and will bless you from above. The pain of disappointment is soothed by a heart of gratitude. Okay? And just to show you, that's how these messages are. Like, they have like a date and stuff at the top, but I don't pick them based on the day. This one says June 24th. We know we are not to June 24th yet, so I don't pick them based on that. I just, I'll go through and wherever spirit leads me, and that's where I was led to. Amazing actor, beautiful family, and I'm a huge fan. So, I had never heard of this story before, and I watched so many award ceremonies over the years. I've been missing them lately. I think one was just on the other day, and I did not participate. I haven't really been watching TV like that. But that was a beautiful message, and I know that he has a very loving, you just kind of can see it, feel it in the spirit. He has a beautiful, loving, supportive family, especially his beautiful wife. As always, I've seen them together, and they're always, she's right by his side. So that's beautiful when people can have that love and longevity, and also have a wonderful faith-based belief system. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle these cards, but while I'm doing so, I just wanted to tell you guys about the spirit animals I got now, because I don't have them in my spirit animal deck. I had to look up just to make sure. Oh, let me take my glass. I was outside, so I had my sunglasses on, and I couldn't find my. Oh no, actually, I do know where my other glasses are. I just didn't want to take them out, so I got my old pair on. They'll do for now. But I want to make this as quick as possible, so let me stop rambling. But let's go to what I found out about the robin. Okay, the robin is a symbol of renewal, rebirth, positive change, seen as a messenger, and that's how I take it in. Okay, um, a messenger of good luck, and you guys know that I say blessings instead of good luck. So a messenger of blessings and good luck and fortune, whatever you believe. Some of you may not even believe in spirit animals. Also can be the presence of a deceased loved one. Okay, so there's kind of sent you as a messenger. And then the squirrel, I'm sorry, I'm sniffing a lot. It's my allergies. I took my allergy meds, but for whatever reason, you guys, it's been bothering me lately. I guess because, my family, we just recently freshly cut our grass. We got freshly cut grass outside. I was sitting out there and I just took my allergy medicine. I don't know, it's just really bothered me. Something lately I've just been having the sniffles and stuff, but I do really feel like it's allergy related. So excuse me. I hate to do these messages when it's like this, but and even my I can tell like the change in my voice from all of the post nasal stuff going on, so bear with me, you guys, but we're gonna get through this message. The next spirit animal that I keep seeing, little guy was sitting under my I saw him. He kind of was tiptoeing. It's very quiet, peaceful outside, a lot of birds. I had actually recorded the robin. I didn't record the squirrel. I don't know if I'm gonna post that or not. Oh, wow. But he was so cute because he was kind of tiptoeing along, and I saw him, and he was so doggone cute, and he kind of just went under my car, and he just sat there for a little minute, and he watched me, and I said, "Oh, you're my little spirit animal visitor for today." He was by himself. Sometimes when I see squirrels, I do see them in a pair, but he was just by himself, just hanging out by my car. And squirrels, in a spiritual sense, represent planning for the future, resourcefulness, being flexible, finding joy in everyday tasks, being mindful of your consumption. That's a good reminder for me, you guys, because I definitely am trying to get back on my grind and make sure I'm staying committed to a healthy lifestyle. Okay, preparedness, connection to nature, the divine, balance between work and play. Okay, so that's what those two spirit animals that came to me. So that was beautiful. Now, before I get into the message, I also wanted to talk about this whole situation with this, whoever's into this, with these polyamorous relationships. Now, that's fine if that's your belief, like if you want to have multiple relationships. The problem is that polygamy is actually the practice of having more than one spouse, and that is illegal. You cannot have, in this country, it's illegal in all 50 states. You cannot have more than one spouse. Okay? Now, I will say this, I found this out in my research, that Utah has a more lenient approach, but bigamy is still a crime, okay? And it is a criminal offense, and you can get fined, and you can also, I believe it, I don't know if it's a felony, but I think it is a misdemeanor. Okay, so multi-person domestic partnerships are recognized, however, this was interesting, in Massachusetts, but only in Somerville, Cambridge, and Arlington. So if that's something you're into, that floats your boat, you might want to go and move on out there. But again, just to reiterate, polygamy is the practice of having more than one spouse, and that's illegal. Okay, so I don't know who did that, but I did have a story that came up in my feed because some fool really did do that. This man went from county to county. I think it was in the same state though, but he went from county to county and he married 3 different women. So if you knowingly go, he married this woman, then he went to a different county, guy had him another thing. So I feel like he was some sort of romance scammer. I don't know if I posted that story because I was like, sir. But if you just that type of person, Because, like, I think I spoke on a show. I've never watched it. I've come across it. But the show Sister Wives. And I know that it keeps coming up in my spirit because there must be people that all live together in a household. And they're all in a relationship together. Okay? Do whatever floats your boat. But just know that if you're married to more than one person, that's illegal. That's illegal. Y'all hear the sirens outside? That's illegal. They can come get you now. Hey, move out the way now. They blowing the horn. Okay. They blowing the horn. They sounding the horn. Okay. All right, let's get into the message. The first card out, y'all, watching you and laughing at you while you work. So I hope that nobody is antagonizing nobody on their job. Now, if you work in a public setting, like let's say you work at a restaurant or you work at a store, there's not much you can do about that. But if someone is harassing you, like coming to your job, antagonizing you, that is considered harassment. I feel like somebody may be doing this to try to get you to lose your job. So just be mindful, keep your cool. If you got to go alert a manager, even if you have to go call the police, if they're really doing something to antagonize you, like if they're trying to start a fight with you or whatever. Y'all, why I see this story. Now, sometimes stuff will pop up in my feed before I can even get the message out, but this was very severe. This man was complaining about his food order. It happens, right? He was complaining about his food order, but why does the person working at the store, why did they shoot this man and kill? I'm sorry, unalive. I have to be mindful of my words here. Unalive this man over a complaint over a food order. And now the man, I don't know if the man died. I don't know if the man passed away. I'm trying to be careful with my words. Because they be flagging me left and right. It's still not fixed with my viewership. And how does all my stuff go from being in the green to being in the red, negative? That's how I know somebody messing with my ability to be monetized. Because I'm not the only one complaining about this. I'm going to keep saying something until they do something about it. And those of you that are speaking up for yourselves, good for you. About that mess, because somebody else probably getting them checks. They're gonna be in trouble. Trouble. Okay. And even the other day, like, it was so crazy. I don't know if you guys saw my short that I posted, because I said something about flashing lights, and I think I was pretty on the money. And I had also had a message before that was like, in your neighborhood. Why in my neighborhood? I'm just sitting in my house. And I keep hearing like somebody on some type of bikes or something. I kept hearing it a lot. And I know that many of you refer to those as noise campaigns. I just was annoyed by it. I'm like, they're so loud. And it was happening a lot. And it tend to happen when either, just in my house, minding my business, or I could be doing a message. Now, I don't tend to call the authorities. I'm not that person. In the past, when I've seen someone in distress and I have called the authorities, one time they didn't even come like they were supposed to. I'm seeing a woman now in distress, looking like something's going on. Something happened to her. I had left, mind my business, went on by my day. I come back, the woman is still back there in distress. So it's just like, wow. Even on my own behalf, like when I've seen things that are just not of the norm or something's not going quite right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not being disrespectful when it comes to law enforcement, but sometimes I don't know. And all law enforcement isn't bad. I've been seeing some law enforcement doing some great work. Like they've been taking down some, especially when it comes to like these criminals that are doing things in regards to people's personal safety and how do I want to say it? Because like some people it's okay for them to say the word, other people it's not. But when you're forcing people to do things against their will, I'll just say that. And if it involves any children, okay. Now, this has to do also with what I've been speaking on with people messing with folks' finances. Someone could have messed with your old money and your new money. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with that. You could have had, like, when I say old money, I'm really referring to something that may have been left to you in the past, so an inheritance of some sort. Somebody may have been interfering with your old money. You could be out here on your grind, hustling, making new money, and they're trying to mess with that. So basically, financial blockages is what I'm getting at. Okay, somebody could have some connections here to the Racine and Kenosha area. Now I was hearing something about something to do with some businesses out in these areas. Okay, now I don't know if the people in this area have something to do with your financial blockages, or if it's something to do with finances though and businesses. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But the areas of Racine and Kenosha, they could even be streets too. I think those are street names as well. Racine and Kenosha area. Someone could have some connections to those areas. Or there could be something going on with businesses and business and finance in those areas. And I also just heard the word closure, so that could be what it is in regards to business. Could be some sort of closures going on with some businesses. Someone here may have also wanted to antagonize you because they felt like they were better than you in some type of way. Okay, I don't get that. I don't understand why someone would. I would never do that. Okay, compare myself and be like, oh, I'm, like, to me that's just like a very uppity attitude, or basing something based on where someone lives or what they have, like making it seem like you're better. The biggest issue that's coming up for me right now is someone who is making it seem like they're so much better than you. And this could even potentially be this person that has been watching you and laughing at you while you work. They have done something. They're involved in some sort of illegal activity. So if you're participating in some sort of illegal activities, what makes you think that you're so much better than someone else? Because you are actually doing something that is against the law. How does that make you better? And I tell y'all all the time, we're perfectly imperfect here. It doesn't mean that you've never done anything wrong. Excuse me. But it's just the whole point that people think like that. It's just such an ugly way to be. Spirit had also guided me to go get my Panther deck. I hadn't used it in so long. It used to be one of my go-tos. It's been through some things, but it's back here. I may pull some cards from there. Okay, something too with this area, connections too. So that could be what this is. Someone could travel across different, cities within the same state, because connections too. It doesn't even have to necessarily be this Racine and Kenosha area, but there could be something about an apartment complex in that area. I know I don't frequent that area. I don't frequent that area. I don't know, something going on at an apartment complex in that area, possibly. I don't know if there's been some sort of emergency. Okay, y'all just keep in mind, it could be past, present, or future energy that I'm picking up on. And these are the places that I got. Okay, you may not resonate. You could resonate with the message, but you don't necessarily have to resonate with these places. And keep in mind, these are general messages and predictions. So we have Arizona, Illinois, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, and Wisconsin out here. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Someone could work for the Department of Justice, some administrative offices as well, or some sort of administrative building. Okay. Someone may have to visit this building to take care of something in regards to business. Okay, someone could even have something to, because whatever this administrative building is, they may have to go and pay something there or get some sort of approval for a permit. Someone also could be reaching out to the DOJ in regards to some sort of something. Obviously, I don't know all the specifics. You guys know your stories best, but something to do with some sort of criminal matter. I don't know if they have to go speak to. I don't know. I heard supervisor, but I don't know if this is some sort of meeting that's being held behind closed doors. Something about something with the DOJ and an administrative offices. So it could be various people from different sectors that are going to be meeting. Okay. Now, y'all know I tell y'all all the time, just because somebody is older or they're an official doesn't mean that their level of maturity is where it should be, because we got trusted officials here that I had came out, trusted officials and elders that mocked you. Okay? Instead of being more mature, because these are the people that we trust now, right? We trust them to do the right job. Okay, I don't know if that's what this meeting is about, because someone may have even did something irresponsible or illegal within the Department of Justice. And when I think of elders, this could be elders within someone's family members. This could be elders even of the church. They mocked you because these people, they're just people, okay? And they don't always make the proper decisions either. Now, in one of my last messages, I had talked about the 70s and the 80s and the 90s could be significant. So something about decades, though. I went back to my card and I added the word decades. So this just could mean something had been going on for decades. Someone could even expect to spend decades behind them bars. Okay, I was also hearing that. Okay. Somebody could also be responsible for some sort of digital crimes here. This could even be part of what this meeting is being held behind closed doors. I don't know if it's in this administrative office or DOJ got something to do with this. But we got digital, I got erase and data. Okay, someone may have even tried to erase some sort of digital data, but not so quick. I just heard, whoa there, buddies. Oh my God, Spirit has been having a good time with me, y'all. Because I just naturally love to laugh and have a good time. You know, these messages, some of them are not the easiest to report. They're not some of this stuff, information can be kind of hard to hear. But hopefully you guys like what I do here. And when I give you the messages, I try to make, not that these situations are to be made light of, because somehow, some way, y'all, this stuff be true. But it's just to let you know that, we can still laugh. We can still, figure out a way to make it through this life, as challenging as it can be sometimes. Someone here could have planned to exit stage left, thinking that they could still get away with something, because that's what I'm getting with this, whatever this digital erase data, planning to exit. Somebody could be living under an alias. Okay, that could have even been going on for decades. I've heard of it, guys, of people who think they've gotten away with something, and they think they're scot-free because they've been doing it for decades. Okay, I've heard that this is a thing where people, they'll do things, and then when they think that they're being closed in on, they'll create a different identity for themselves. There are people that are well skilled in how to do that. Right? Even going to this administrative office could have something also to do with this, a land and property dispute. So it's some kind of offices. I don't know if the name of the building would be administrative offices, but it's some kind of business building. That's why I just labeled it that, administrative offices, and that's what I kept hearing. I'm so sorry, guys. I hate when I have to come on here with all the sniffling, but it's just the season. All right, and then we got stalker alert again as well. So just be mindful. I always tell y'all, and a lot of y'all are very smart. You're already keeping your heads on a swivel as it is. stalker alert. And you see how I got the little, I should have even colored it in yellow. I think I might. Somebody might even see some type of yellow caution sign. I don't know. But it's something about this color, the color yellow. You can see yellow or orange or something. Something's going to alert you of some sort of caution. Okay, you know, like how sometimes on the freeway you'll see like the cones, or you'll see something that'll alert you that is either something is dangerous or to have caution. Okay, but you could have someone following you, okay, and they do not have the best intentions for you. Someone here could have even already reported a person, or you could report suspicious behavior. Because y'all, I'm not really a scary individual. I never have been. I've always been pretty bold and brave, and I've gone through a lot of things that people probably would not realize. And a lot of you are very strong. You're survivors of a lot of things. But even at night, like, I'm cautious, but definitely not scary, because I've been out here by myself doing my thing, doing my job, and I have to go. A lot of times it'll be dark where I go. I've been in some rural communities, like really dark at night, where they don't have any lights. But there was one night in particular, I wasn't in a rural area, but it was dark outside, okay? And I don't think the street lights or whatever were working. Something about a dim night. So you guys just be mindful of where you are, especially if you're by yourself. And it really doesn't matter whether you're a female or a male. But I'm picking up on a female. Okay, just be mindful, okay, of your surroundings, where you are. Because there could be someone that has targeted you specifically. They're monitoring you, they're watching you because they don't have good intentions, okay? The colors gray, white, blue, silver, or multicolored. Okay, these could be vehicle colors, or this could be there could be some other significance here to this color. Even with this multicolored, it could be I don't know if this is like a special paint job on a vehicle. Something with multicolors, okay? Or someone could wear like bright multicolored clothes. It'd be kind of odd for you to wear a multicolored bright outfit if you're going to do something. Typically, people tend to wear like darker colors if they're trying to be inconspicuous. Or even people thinking, oh, it's nighttime, nobody will see me. We see you. It's like, many people should be aware by now. I just feel like in this day and age, you really don't have, we don't have that same sense of privacy like we once would, unless you like way off, back off in the cut sometimes, you know, or if you are in a rural community, you may have a little bit more privacy out there, but it's really not hard to find people or see what's going on, even at night. So don't be fooled. The colors gray, white, blue, silver, multicolored. Okay, and a lot of times when I get colors, it's the color of a vehicle. Okay. Even one of your stalkers could drive a vehicle. Okay. This silver is also giving me something to do with chrome. Somebody could like a lot of chrome or something. Chrome, they got their stuff chromed out. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that someone's doing anything wrong or that they're the stalker or anything like that. It's just they may have some sort of connection or resonate with something here to do with this message. Okay. And then, like I said, polyamorous versus monogamous. This is coming up, someone may have put you in this type of situation. You didn't know that you were sharing a partner. You had no way of knowing that you were sharing a partner. This person may have even let it slip about other people, and you were like taken aback. You're like, I don't get down like that. Okay? Not that you may have even ever met these other people. You guys put the genders where they fit, okay? Because we know people have all kinds of blended type relationships, but I feel like if you haven't given your consent, or if you were not forewarned, like, that's not okay. Because most people, I would like to think, want to be in a monogamous relationship, or you want to be in a committed relationship where it's just you and another person, possibly even be married, you know. But if someone puts you in a situation like that and you had no idea, that can become very messy, especially if someone's playing games or playing different sides of the situation. Okay, because I keep picking up on that, and that's why I spent so much time explaining about polyamorous, polygamous, and bigamy. Okay, and it is a crime. Bigamy is a crime. Okay, in all 50 states. Now, there was information about other countries. Now, it's actually legal in some countries, but there were some specifics. Like I believe it was in Singapore that I saw that it's actually legal for, it said Muslims. And now y'all don't have to take anything I'm saying, but that's the information. When I was doing my research, that's what I got, because I don't like to put out any type of false information or misinform you guys. So I try to do my research if I'm not 100% sure. Okay, disappears. Okay, I just had a situation with something where something disappeared. I was looking up some information because I needed to forward some information to someone else. Okay, and then I thought I had taken a screenshot of it, but I didn't. Then I go back to the original spot and the information had disappeared. So again, I could even resonate with this digital erase data. Okay, digital erase data. I know one time my son had brought, and I didn't even mean to do that. I think he had gotten it from, I want to say he might have gotten it from his grandparents' house. That's what I thought. And because my kids, you know, they like to save their games or whatever it is, so they put it on some sort of flash drive. So I needed one for work, and I think my son had said, "Oh, that's my game thing," or I got that from, and I had erased the data. I think that's what it was. This was a long time ago, you guys, so my recollection may not be completely accurate. And you know, I wasn't trying to disappoint my kids or anything like that, but this is more serious what I'm talking about. Whatever this person is trying to digitally erase, or whatever data this is, it's because they're trying to hide what they've been doing. But I don't think that for whatever this situation is, it's not going to pan out properly for this person. Okay. Disappears. Someone here, again, it's just kind of giving me this situation with whatever this plan to exit, living under an alias. Someone could have thought that they perfectly crafted the great escape. That's what I just heard. The great escape, a way to exit. This could be something that this person is used to doing. They're used to being able to, like, even if they feel like someone's onto them, they can swoop up, move, pick up and go to a new place and live under a whole another alias. They could have multiple different aliases. Disappears. Okay, this person it could even be someone else that I'm picking up here on the energy that pulls disappearing acts. Now, the problem that I'm seeing here with this is it's kind of giving me the story of the little boy who cried wolf. Okay, this person may disappear for a few days and then come back, but something may happen to someone where they actually do go missing. It's very serious, and this person disappears, but I think something actually happened to this person, but nobody really, I hate to say it like this, but nobody really took it seriously, because they are like the little boy or the little girl who plays wolf. They have a tendency to go missing. So people could just think, oh, they just took some time to themselves. But no, something very serious has happened this time. And that's why that the little boy who cries wolf, that's why that story came to mind. All right, we got withdrawals and transfers here. Okay, and again, this is taking me back to this whole situation with these finances. This old money versus new money. Okay. Somebody is living off of somebody else's money. They could be doing withdrawals, transfers. They could be opening up accounts in different places. If they feel like you're getting too close to something, they could be trying to close accounts or manipulate things to make it look like accounts are no longer active, but they actually are. All right, I'm gonna just say Mitches because I feel like these are men that are, you know what I mean, Mitches and clowns. Okay, there could be some men involved with participating in this sort of activity. Okay, I'm getting like something to do with a group of men. Okay, now if you take something, anybody takes something that don't belong to them, it's a special place. Okay, these could even be taking advantage of an elder. Okay, so it could be other elders taking advantage of another elder. Okay, they could even be watching this person and laughing at them while they work. Okay, someone here or some people here have been taken advantage of, whether this has to do with like literally taking advantage of them in a explicit nature. So this is giving me like something that could be exploitive. Okay, so it could be that sort of thing. Exploitation. I just heard the word exploitation. And then also taken advantage of in a financial sense. Okay, someone here could be a stay-at-home mom. All right, someone here could be a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I had picked up on this before too. You could have a child that is unwell. That could be part of the reason why you're a stay-at-home mom. Okay, you have a lot of responsibilities, and you have a child that is unwell, and it's a lot to be a mom. But if you have to take care of a child that is sickly, you know that's a lot, because it means you're in and out of the hospital, and then you still have other children and other responsibilities that you have to take care of. All right. Also got something to do with Cadillacs and motorcycles. Okay, that could be something that someone likes. You know, we all have, you know, certain types of makes and models of cars that we like. But this could be what someone owns. They could own a Cadillac and a motor, and they could like to ride motorcycles. Okay. Okay. All right. Or this could be something that someone is dreaming about having. All right, but a Cadillac, and I don't know if it's a car or SUV. I know a long time ago I used to have, you know, the smaller one, the little small SUV, and I loved it. You know, I loved it because it was very reliable. But somebody tampered with my stuff. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I've always, you know, y'all don't know me, but I've always had people, for whatever reason, picking with me, doing stuff to me. I haven't did anything to you. Why are you tampering with my mode of transportation? Why would you be, I even like that jealousy and the envy, like, why are you just me? I worked very hard to be able to finally have the affordability to have that type of vehicle. Okay, nobody gave me anything. I put my own money in that. Nobody helped me get that. Okay, I put my own down payment down. I went and sat there in the dealership and did all of that. I'm not a flashy individual, but you know, sometimes we want to treat ourselves to something nice. We have dreams and goals and aspirations, and people should have that. And it's sad that if you're the type of individual that you would hate on another just because they want to have something nice. Just sad. And I didn't have to do nothing illegal to get it either, but somebody felt the need to do something horrible to me, so that I would have problems. Okay, and that's terrible. Okay, and I people lied and told stories, like, cause I kind of had differing. How should I say this? I kind of had people saying different things to me about who, what, when, where, why. Okay, but someone tampered with my vehicle to the point where it could have caused me and my kids to have a horrible crash because my car stopped in the middle of a very, very busy intersection that's known to have a lot of crashes there. This, mind you, this was years ago, but I'll never forget that because I was like, oh my God, my car is shutting down at this busy intersection. And I had my they were very small at the time. They're adults now. Just to give y'all a story. But someone to tamper with someone else's vehicle, and that could have potentially led to me and my children being involved in a crash. But God is so good that He protected us. Look, in the next card, y'all, protecting their children. Now, those of you that are parents, I'm picking up on some people that are new parents. Now, just like I wouldn't let anybody harm my kids, like, you know, we can't be there every single place that our kids go. But if I ever were to know of somebody harming, just like you guys, if you love your kids and you know you would do anything to protect your children, there's someone here who has a brand new perspective on things, okay? They may have found out something. Now, y'all, it can be so hard if you found out that someone did something against your child or your children. But I just want someone here to hear me. This vigilante stuff or going and doing something, because y'all know I don't promote that. This person or these people that may have done something to harm your children, there's a special place for them. They're going to get what they got coming to them. Someone here may now be vigilantly protecting their children because they found out about some sort of yeah, I don't like big above this energy, but taking advantage of someone's child or children. So, and I really hope it's not this mom, because there's a stay-at-home mom here that's taking care of a child that may have some sort of disability or something. All I'm gonna say, all I can keep saying is this is a special place. Okay. Then I got living near a school. Also, this taken advantage of. Please make sure that you're aware of who's on the registry. Y'all know what registry I'm talking about. Someone could live near a place where there's a school, and typically I would think that these people are pretty good about not putting those types of individuals within a community where there's a lot of kids or where there's a school. But I'm just telling you, it happens, because it's what I'm picking up on. Living near a school, or someone related to this message could live near or in and around a school. But I'm getting something with protecting your children and taking advantage of some place where it's near a school. This could be a rural community, okay, a suburb. Now, apartment complexes out here twice. Okay, even if you sending your kids, like, make sure if your kids, if they have to leave out of a school, they have to leave out of the apartment building. If you can even if you're able to take your kids to the bus stop or take them to school, whatever, I don't know, I'm just keep picking up on something like that. Then I got Choctaw community here. Keep picking up on energies with indigenous people, okay? The Choctaw community. I have a connection to the Choctaw people, the Choctaw community, okay? Choctaw people of Mississippi, all right? So something, and, you know, just protect your children. That's all I really can tell you. And then this decades, something's been happening for decades. I just keep being drawn to that as well, right? Where am I going, Spirit? Oh, I was going to give us a love and light card. Let's get a good love and light message. I'm trying to keep this message in an hour. I'm doing good. So I told you I ain't had that many cards. I was trying to get my son going. I have already been up and about. Today I had an appointment. One more shuffle with my love and light card. Spirit, let's get a good message. All right, let's see here. Honor your uniqueness. I talk about this all the time. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. Psalms 139 and 14. Pretty sure I've had that one out here before, but that's just a good reminder for all of you to be, proud of who you are. I don't care what anybody else thinks or says. Be proud of yourself and your uniqueness. Be your beautiful, bold, beautiful selves. All right. Let's get some characteristics of some people here, or characteristics of individuals that could either relate to this message. You could be a hidden helper. And sometimes if I do pick up on these people that are actually in some sort of negative karmic energies. All right, let's see what came out here, Spirit. All right, we got somebody with this red lips here. Somebody with red lips. Someone with medium hair is coming out in reverse. Someone of average build coming out in reverse. It's pregnant energy again. Okay, someone with blue eyes. A brunette. Okay, so you could be a hidden helper again. You could be, you could resonate with parts of this message. I find it highly unlikely you would resonate with all of it. Someone could have mixed colored eyes here. So, you know, some of these people could have been taken advantage of, or these people, like I'm getting something here with someone with medium length hair that's of an average build. Could have been part of have been involved in taking advantage of someone, whether this be financially or in another little nasty way. Right, we got white American out here. Any other characteristics here, Spirit, that we need to know about that could resonate with this message? Okay, or they could be someone that may be working in the DOJ or at this administrative building trying to figure out some of this stuff. Okay, hopefully you're not the stalker. Someone with a mole fell out on the floor here. Anything else? This card's flying today. Somebody albino here. Somebody albino could have been taken advantage of. They came out in reverse, though. I don't know if somebody albino could have did something to somebody. Or taken advantage of. I'm getting both. Somebody here, this, you know, we know a lot of people have tattoos. Y'all keep in mind these are general messages, but it's something about some tattoos on the arm. I'm getting, or on the back. On the arm, or on the back. Any other messages here, any other characteristics here, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we got this person here, Australia. Someone of could be of Australian descent. Okay. They are coming out in reverse. They may have had something to do with somebody's old money, or their possibly even their new money. Australia. Ooh, another card fell up. Let me see what this is, y'all. There's a lot of cards falling out on the floor here. This person with the mole. This person, somebody with a mole may have taken advantage of somebody in the past. I don't think they're in the same energy anymore. They may have matured. I don't know. I feel like that's something way back from the past. You know, people can heal. People can change and grow. All right, somebody with black hair, too, is coming out in reverse, okay? And you guys put the genders where they fit. Okay, and just because this is this person with black hair is a female, beautiful female on this card, it could be a male, okay? And their hair doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that style. It could just be that they have, black hair, okay? We also have black or African American. Should have been. A lot of people that just need to just be mindful. Got someone here, I'm cutting the deck open on skinny, green eyes. I'm not going to take those cards. I need to think about any other characteristics here or messages. Man, okay. Even a man could have been taken advantage of in my energy. Who's that fell up under there? This busty chested person here. They came out in reverse too. They could be involved in. Spirit just said this person is they're using something with their body. Okay, they use their body in a way, or they could even be being forced as well. They could have someone with a busty chest could have been taken advantage of. Okay, this could even be a younger individual, or this person could be using that as a way to they could just be using their body inappropriately. Okay, and I told y'all already, it's just confirmation about the elders here. Somebody could be elderly, laughing and just being immature elder. Okay, but also I'm getting even this elder could have been taken advantage of. Okay, and something too, this keeps coming out, somebody very young. Okay, and then something I keep picking up on that, what I said about decades. Something had been going on for someone for decades. Decades, you hear me? Decades. And then there's something about the color white. I'm seeing like a picture of some people and they're all dressed in white. So, and I don't think this is a wedding. I don't think it's a wedding. That's not what I'm getting. It's something about the color all white. I don't think this is a wedding. I don't think this is a baptism. I don't know. I feel like these people are all part of some kind of group and they came together to wear all white. I'm not sure what this celebration is or what is this, some sort of ceremony. I don't know, but it's something to do with all white. And I'm not getting a wedding or a baptism. Let's do some happy real quick. Fright. Okay. Something that could have been going on for decades has been exposed now. Somebody is, somebody could have been causing fright for somebody for decades. Okay. There could be a couple here. I'm picking up on eternal love, a couple that's still together here. I don't know if these people could be somebody's ancestors watching over them as well. Okay, they may not. It's kind of giving me like ancestors, like this couple is no longer here. All right. Got illness here. Okay, they I don't know whose ancestors here trying to come through, but someone's ancestors, they both could have been sickly, and they could have passed like kind of close to one another, like kind of like back to back, or at least within, I'm gonna say within a 3 to 5 year span. Okay, but they had some sort of eternal special love. All right, readiness. Okay, readiness. Somebody could be ready for some change here. That's what I'm getting with this readiness, because he's like down, kind of how like they start off in a race, ready, set, go. So somebody is ready here, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I only keep apologizing because I know that's gotta be, if it's annoying me, I know it's gotta be annoying y'all to hear me sniffling. Okay. Even though you could be going through some mess with these people here, this card not supposed to be in this deck. Or, I accidentally, sorry God, I accidentally picked it up. That's what I did. Somebody, even though you're going through a lot, you could still always keep kind of this calm energy. You don't have to be someone who meditates, but you could just be a naturally calm individual. Okay. You may not have always been. You may have let people get you, all rah-rah, but I feel like somebody is able to operate mostly in a more calm, peaceful energy. Any other messages here that you want us to know? From this Panther deck here, Spirit, what else do you want me to know? You want to know any other messages here, Spirit? Thank you. All right, somebody here is very stubborn. They didn't want to listen. You could have been trying to warn some people about something that was going on, and nobody really listened to what you were saying. Okay. And this is like kind of immature, but it could even be a child. You could have warned a child about something, they didn't want to listen. They could have literally, how little kids are sometimes. You know how people stick their fingers in their ear and be like, la 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 la. They don't want to hear you. Okay, I don't know. Somebody may have literally did that. That's what I'm picking up on. And then we got reservation here. Reservation. Now, on the card, it says desire, worth, and extravagance. What I'm picking up on is whoever this is that's doing this, whatever they're doing with someone else's money, like the old money, the new money, they are worshiping. Like, that's what it's giving me. Like, they worship. You see how this person is hugging this vehicle? Like, they take more care of material things than they do of the people in and around them. Like, this person is very greedy and very controlling and very, like, they really honor things more so than people is what I'm getting with that. And I'm gonna take a few more and then be finished with this message here. Got memories. Okay. Somebody could be building some new memories here, or you will be building some new memories here. This could even have to do with the arrival of a child. I did say also with the care being out here, that someone could be that stay-at-home mom that has to care for, this could actually be multiple children that have some sort of health concerns, okay? And then I got something out here about awkward and unknown vision problems. Y'all don't know. I'm kind of getting that somebody really could be blind, or there could be an issue involving someone's sight. They may need to walk with aids and supports like this. They could actually have some sort of visual impairment of some kind. And I'm not just talking about glasses. I'm getting something a little bit more deeper than that. Like, someone could have been told, that their vision is declining. Now, this could have something to do with cataracts, or someone having to have some sort of surgical procedure on their eyes. Something to do with a vision concern, or someone may not be aware of what's going on with their vision at this time. Okay. I think even as some people that have diabetes or other health concerns, things can come up with your vision. So somebody could be having a concern right now. They're not sure what's going on with their vision, and that's all I'm guided to take from there. But I hope you guys like what I do here. I tried to keep it right up under an hour, but we're a little over. But I love you guys so much, and I hope that you like what I do here on my channel. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully these messages help you guys in some kind of way, okay? I want y'all to have a wonderfully blessed day, all right? And I will be back for another message, okay? I'm going to take take some time, because these messages, they don't take as much out of me as they used to. But I definitely don't like picking up on this stuff when it comes to people being taken advantage of and, messing with people's finances to the point where they have a hard time, because it's a lot. It is a lot. And even the way that these systems are set up now for you to report these things, they need to update the form. Because I was trying to fill out some one time, like, this doesn't even really match up with what my circumstances are. Or, they want you to have so much proof, but isn't it their job to investigate what's going on? They're just supposed to take your report. Okay, to me, it's their job to figure out what you're talking about. You just know it's Houston, we have a problem. And y'all, wasn't Texas out here on the table? Because Houston, I don't know if something is going on, or somebody here in Houston can relate to parts of this message. I'm going to shuffle these decks later. But something, let me see. Because I did get some places out here, didn't I? Yeah, Texas is on there. Houston. Somebody could be from the Houston area. And something going on in Tennessee with somebody's old money. And I think it's new money too. And somebody could have been taken advantage of. All right, that's the message, y'all. I love y'all so much.